Welcome to Breckenridge, Colorado. In this video, we're going to share historic downtown Breckenridge. We're going to take you up on the mountain. We're going to share some of the history of Breckenridge, as well as several free things to do while you're here. That's right, I said free. So stick around while we show you around Breckenridge, Colorado. Hey y'all, welcome back. I'm Stacy.
I'm Tom, and we're RV Texas, y'all.
We are native Texans and full-time RVers who are all about exploring the great state of Texas and beyond, one campground at a time. We're on a mission to experience life, not just live it, and we're bringing you along for the fun.
In 2018, we sold our house, our business, and got rid of most everything we owned to hit the road and see America. Our home is a 33-foot RV named Freedom. We installed an extreme solar and lithium setup, so now we can just about live anywhere with our dog Star and our cat Astro.
Every day is a new adventure, so join us as we RV America, y'all. So it is a beautiful day here in the Breckenridge area, and today we're going to take our bikes all the way from our campsite into Breckenridge to explore the town by bike. What we love about this area is biking is big here. There are bike trails to take you anywhere you want to go. So let's go check it out. So to get to the bike path to take us into Breckenridge, we either cross the highway, which could be pretty dicey, or several of the folks who stay here a lot during the summer told us about a little path just outside the resort where we walk our bikes under a bridge to get to the other side of the highway.
Yeah, that way we don't have to worry about the highway. We could also, there's another option that we were gonna do, and that there's a parking lot on the other side of the highway that we could have just taken the bikes on the back of the Jeep, parked there, and then started from there. But hey, we don't have to. This is really cool. So here we go.
Check out the river. So yeah, so we're on the other side of, we went under the highway bridge, and the bike trail is just a few feet in front of us. You know what I'm loving about this ride so far is it comes right along the river. We're seeing things that we couldn't see from the road.
Yeah.
So this is a great experience. We made it into town, found a place to park the bikes. Now it's time to explore. So right here where we parked the bikes, we found the Columbine Cafe. Looks good, breakfast and lunch. It's about 11:30. Let's go check it out.
Well, Stacy and I both had breakfast, even though you could have breakfast or lunch, and it was lunchtime, but It was really good. My pancake was bigger than my head. It was crazy. Yeah, this was a cool stop. Now we're going to go to the museum, so we're looking forward to that.
In 1887, Tom Groves and his buddy discovered an 11 1/3 pound gold nugget nearby. They brought it into town, swaddled like a baby, and showed it off to everyone, and the nugget became known as Tom's Baby. It's the largest nugget ever found in Colorado, and they say today, if you rub Tom's Baby, it'll bring you good luck. You can never have too much luck.
Let me get in there. Oh yeah. Thanks, Tom. From one Tom to another. We're going to the museum. Right up there.
So actually this museum is the Edwin Carter Museum. It was built in 1875 by Edwin Carter as a museum. He was a man from New York who made his way here by foot by way of the Mormon Trail, which we followed some of earlier this year. And he got into mining while he was here, became very successful, but also started to realize that the mining was having a negative impact on the environment and the animals of the area. So he became a taxidermist and a conservationist, and his life work from that point forward was to showcase the animals of the region in case they should disappear at one point. And so this building behind me, yes, he lived here, but it was actually also his museum where he displayed his work until later in his life. He passed away in 1900, and his work went on to be in a museum in Denver. So yeah, super interesting man. And this is the oldest building in Colorado in existence, still in operation in its original location from what we understand. So yeah, you just never know what you're gonna find. And it is free, runs on donation. Thank you, Sharon, the docent inside. She was a wealth of information, super friendly. Stop in and see her when you're in Breckenridge. found the Welcome Center.
Well, you know, we said we found the Welcome Center. We went in, it was much more than that. I mean, we got information, yes, but there's a free museum in there too. It was really cool. We saw several movies, a lot of information about Breckenridge. Yeah, and the Welcome Center is right here in this neat square area where there's entertainment that's going on, and he's taking a break right now, and we're about to go down on a river walk, which is right down the street. You never know what you're gonna get here. So we're gonna go down to the Riverwalk.
So the river here is the Blue River, and we learned from the movies and also our visits to the museums today that back during the heyday of mining, they did a lot of dredging, and they actually moved the town of Breckenridge a mile or so to make way to dredge out all the gold and minerals and things that they could. So this is actually a restored river, and that restoration continues today as they continue to try to build the beauty back into this area, and they're doing a pretty darn good job. Another free thing to do in Breckenridge, we found the Alpine Gardens. Let's go see what it's about. So when we were at Rocky Mountain National Park, one of the things that is great about that park is the ability to drive through different types of foliage and things, and subalpine being one of those. We're in a subalpine region here, so this is a walk through a garden at the subalpine forest level. The 9,500 to 11,500 feet, I think, somewhere in that range. So this will be a new experience for us flatland or coastal people.
This here tells about the ecological history of the area, and this area was just devastated by the mining. I mean, way back in the day, they didn't know it, but they were poisoning all the streams and everything with mercury. And the animals and stuff around here, they found animals with 2 heads and everything, and people were dying real young, and they didn't even realize it. That was the mining industry, and then when they realized it, they started to clean that up, but they clear cut all these trees and stuff around here to do the mining as well. So, you know, they're restoring this area, and it's been a a long process, but you know, it's really beautiful, and I think they're doing a great job. It is such an incredibly beautiful place, and obviously, I guess about 100 years ago, a little more than 100 years ago, it wasn't quite so beautiful.
About the dredging that took place even until the 1940s, I believe, here in Breckenridge, that really did a number on the rivers in the area. This is one of the old dredgers here behind us, and that may not be exactly the proper name for it, but it's what they used to dredge when they were searching for gold. And that has actually now been restored into a restaurant here on the river, which that's a good recycling use.
Meet Toro. There's art all around town, and this is just one of them. It's really cool. Got it at Mountain Tees, love it. Stacy got one too, and they let us park our bike here all day. That was awesome. We've had a phenomenal day, and it's going to continue. We're going to get on the bikes, we're going to get rolling.
So here in Breckenridge, they actually have a free gondola that runs every day.
During the summer.
During the summer. And yeah, we're gonna take it up and see what we can see. Yesterday we tried to come and they had just closed it for inclement weather. Today it's cloudy, so we were a little worried, but it's open and we're going.
So we're coming to an area where you can get off. We're not going to.
Nope, this is the Shock Hill station.
Yep, we're going to keep on going, and so we can go up higher on the mountain. So this is pretty cool. Again, totally free. Another totally free thing in Breckenridge during the summer.
I am amazed by how many free things there are to do in Breckenridge in the summer. Doors opening in case we wanted to get off. That's what you hear.
Yeah, but we're not, see? And yeah, so yes, you'll hear Breckenridge it's a pretty expensive area. There's no doubt about it. But you know, we've been able to do a lot of things for free. So other than, you know, most of the meals we've been eating ourselves, or cooking ourselves, I'm sorry, of course we're eating them ourselves. We cooking our own meals, but...
Here we go, about to take off again.
Yep, but eating out, we've only done it once, and it wasn't too bad.
A couple times. We ate at Frisco.
Oh yeah.
And then, which is just up the road, and then we ate once at Breckenridge. We'll probably have lunch today while we're in town.
Yep, so here we are.
There's a hiking trail right down below us.
Yeah. Totally different view than we see down at the bottom of the mountain. Well, we're at what, Peak 7 station?
Peak 7, and there's actually a chairlift right there. And my altitude map, my terrain map tells me that we are at 9,998 feet right here.
Wow.
Stop number 2 on the gondola.
Stop number 2, and we're going to keep going. There's a lot of condos right at this level, And this where is a...
Oh, 10,000 feet.
Okay, so this is where a lot of the ski in, ski out lodges are, because the slopes come down to here for sure. So the people that are at this level, they can ski in, ski out. You know, they just get right out of their area and start skiing basically, or they can ski right back to their condo. So we'll kind of show some of that. It's really cool. Well, the last stop, actually we came down a little bit in elevation, but it brings you to the area where you can take regular ski lifts to go up on the mountain. So
yeah, I see 3 chair lifts right here just from where I'm standing.
Yep, so we'll kind of show you around this real quick.
So the weather has turned on us here. There's lightning nearby and a storm coming in, so everybody's leaving and or going inside.
Yeah, but this is like a whole separate area. There is a ton to do up here.
Oh yeah, you got to come up here when you're in Breckenridge. Now the gondola, they're stopping because of the weather, but there's a free bus that's going to take us back down to town.
Yep. With all the recent fires and everything in this area and around, it is awesome to see. It's in the green right now. We've had quite a bit of rain while we've been here, but this is awesome to see. Great for the area, greens everything up, and boy, takes the threat of those fires away. It's pretty cool.
And next up on our free things to do in Breckenridge tour, apparently, is the Barney Ford Museum. You'll also find it right here in downtown Breckenridge. The Barney Ford Museum. Now they ask us not to film in the museum, but we did take a few pictures. But this is definitely something you need to stop and see while you're in Breckenridge. Barney Ford was born in 1822, and until he was 26 years old, he was enslaved. After that point, he came out this way to try his hand at mining, but ended up finding success as a hotel and restaurateur. And he actually had various degrees of success over the years, but he didn't give up. And in 1882, he built this Victorian era house just down from his restaurant that was on Main Street. It's a fascinating story. He lived until 1902. Thank you to Lee, the docent who spent time with us in the museum today. Again, this is a free museum that runs on donations. Definitely something you got to check out while you're here in Breckenridge. I'll tell her.
Wow, we just went through this timeless home decor shop. Wow, I mean, the rocks, the fossils, they've got a ton of fossils. Stuff I've never seen in my life. It's an incredible walk. I can't afford any of it, but you know what? It's awesome to look at. Really, really cool.
So we decided to stop in at Breckenridge Tap House. Everything was super fresh and nice folks. And yes, this building, like so many here on Main Street, Breckenridge, is part of the National Register of Historic Places, which, by the way, apparently at the Welcome Center, you could buy a historic walking map that would tell you the history of a lot of these buildings. They're numbered. We didn't know, so we didn't do that. But that's pretty cool. Welcome to our campsite here in the Breckenridge Frisco area. This is Tiger Run Resort. We're in site 294. And first of all, this is a little bit of a different experience for us because this is our first owner resort that we've ever stayed in. All of these sites in this resort are actually owned by individuals who can choose to rent them out, and that's what we did. Sometimes you can rent directly from an owner. As we walked around, we saw sites that had for rent signs with a phone number. We didn't know anybody here. We'd never been here before, so we went through their website. They said they were full, but we called and they had just had a cancellation, so we were able to get in for a week. This is a beautiful resort, definitely big rig friendly. There's a ton of big rigs in here. There are restrictions in this resort. You have to be, I think, at least 18 feet long. With your RV. They don't allow anything with canvas sides because this is bear and mountain lion country, although we didn't see any of those here, but they are in the area. And I don't think they allow truck campers either. But this is a beautiful resort and perfect location to visit both Breckenridge or Frisco. We're basically almost halfway in between. There's a bike path that takes you to both. We really enjoyed that. There's also free buses that you can pick up right on the highway outside of the resort. They can take you either way. You're also near Keystone and Vail and several other great mountain towns that you might want to visit. These are full hookup sites, and every one of them is a little bit different. So ours, we got really lucky because ours has a shade structure with a picnic table. Now, this is August and you see how I'm dressed. You know, heat was not a problem here during the summer, but we had a lot of rain while we were here. So it was great to have this shade structure to be able to still sit outside despite the weather. Hope you've enjoyed this video on Breckenridge. We will definitely come back here. There's a ton that we didn't get to see while we were here. We really wanted to do a lot of hiking. There's actually a hiking trail that leaves from this resort. They also have an indoor pool, hot tub, things like that, tennis courts. There's also another hiking trail right on the other side of the highway. Hiking trails everywhere, biking trails everywhere. We will definitely come back in the future, hopefully when the weather's a little bit better and we can do more of that. We're off back hitting I-70, heading west to Silt, Colorado, the Glenwood Springs area, so make sure you're subscribed and so you can come along for the fun. We'll see you next time. Safe travels and happy camping. Bye.